People who quit a job on the first day, what happened? Second day. Sweating my ass off in the kitchen on a hot summer day. Asked for a glass of water and the owner made me pay for it. Finished my shift and never went back. I worked at Home Bargains and did my first shift on a Saturday. I was off on the Sunday originally, and they waited until 11 p.m. on the Saturday to call me and not ask me but tell me to cover a Sunday, but the conversation went as followed. Hey, we've changed the rota and you're working tomorrow 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. I was busy on the Sunday as I had family commitments since I assumed I was free being my day off. Oh, I can't work tomorrow, I have plans. Well, that will go down as an unauthorized absence if you don't turn up. Alright, then I quit. What? I then hung up and never went back. What college major do you think gets made fun of the most? Why? Communication major. Was always telling that people were taking an easy major and didn't know what they wanted to do. Art major. I cannot tell you how many times people majoring in this get shit on so much in TV, movies, it's absolutely hilarious. I honestly started believing it too. The funniest one is in the film 22nd Jump Street and it goes something like this. Schmidt explaining he banged some girl, she's smart, beautiful, and she's an art major. Ice Cube's character. She can't be that smart, she's an art major. Turns out it was his own daughter and I absolutely died laughing when he found out. Americans who are against the Biden student loan forgiveness, why? I don't disagree with it per se, but without setting up systems to keep school costs in check, we will get this crisis to reoccur every few years as college costs keep skyrocketing. Before federal student loans were guaranteed, college was nowhere near this expensive. I'm against it as a solution, because schools will still charge $100,000 per year and lenders will still keep making ridiculous loans. I only disagree with it because it doesn't address the fundamental problem with these loans, which is the predatory interest rates that make them damn near impossible to pay off. The government should be regulating those rates so students aren't being gouged and can actually pay the loans off with reasonable interest. Edit. Just want to clarify, I'm pro loan relief. I just wish more was being done to address the core issue with these loans. But I would rather the government do something instead of continuing to do nothing. What's the worst cousin story you've ever heard? I had a friend in high school and he kept telling his attractive older female cousin seemed to be flirting with him and trying to sleep with him. We called him out for his obvious lies. I was over at his house like a month later and his cousin stopped by with her family. We were in the basement and the whole time she was flirting with him and rubbing his arms and thighs. She was his first cousin. It was like watching a modern porn video intro. We were camping once, and my cousin walked off into the woods to smoke a joint and take a morning poop. He took a gun along to keep himself entertained. When he finished his joint and poo, he looked back at his pile and naturally decided to shoot it. He returned to the campsite covered in the shrapnel of his bad decision. What's a conspiracy that you believe, but the majority of people don't believe or know about? There are adults pretending to be teens in art, teenagers. The FBI finds mentally unwell people and goads them into committing acts of terrorism which politicians can then use to enact policy or seize power. Netflix marketing team releases memes about shows to give off the appearance that everyone is watching said show. Since people have FOMO, they watch the shows to understand the memes until everyone eventually does watch it. That's not even a conspiracy, that's just the state of modern advertising. Big companies use Reddit and other social media to normalize shady behavior. It seems every time news breaks about a company doing something shady, the top comments on Reddit are always along the lines of, "Well, duh. We've known this for years." So instead of outrage, the news are met with apathy, and there's a feeling that you can't change the system anyway.